Hi guys, starting a new series today, North Node in Capricorn. So I'm wearing my general's jacket because things are about to get serious. Capricorn is solid, Capricorn is responsible, Capricorn is serious. Probably the most serious zodiac sign and probably the most hardworking zodiac sign, the most solid, the most... I have Capricorn South Node, so everything you're going to hear is going to come straight from the source. It's very comfortable for me to be in that sign. So, whatever I'll be speaking about is going to come from personal experience. All right, before we talk about North Node in Capricorn, we're going to talk about the South Node in Cancer. What does that mean? Your lifetimes, your previous lifetimes, your memories all have to do with being a nurturer. You guys mastered the idea of nurturing. You guys had many lifetimes where people relied on you for emotional support. You were the one who, make sure the household was fed, everybody was warm, everybody was happy, everybody was comfortable. You were the one who was, the shoulder for people to cry on. You were that mother, the mother hen. You were the midwife. You were the one that, you have a lot of lifetimes of bringing babies into this world. You have a lifetimes of nurturing babies. You have a lot of lifetimes, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You're going to have that. You're going to be very much in touch with your feminine energy. You're very intuitive. You know how to read people. You know how to feel emotions. Sometimes you feel them too much, but you have a lot of empathy, a lot of compassion. You always have a little, you'll always find compassion in your heart. As a matter of fact, your heart chakra is probably super open. You just feel for everybody and you want to protect everybody and nurture everybody. In the South Node in Cancer, it could also be protectors, because just as you could have been a woman in a female role, as a mother, you could have also been a protector of your home, of your land. Cancer is your homeland, your roots. So you could have been police workers. A lot of times have, associated with the sign of Cancer, being of service where you're protecting, where you are nurturing through force, maybe. Firefighters, those kind of ideas. First responders, a lot of times could kind of fit the Cancer South Node bill. So you're always there to help somebody, always there to lend a hand, to mother them. You wanted everybody around you to feel comfortable, cozy, warm, fed, happy, smiling, tucked in, and then you're like, okay, I feel good about myself. As a matter of fact, you give yourself life by always feeling like you have to nurture everybody. You always assume that role of a mother. If you're going to a party, you're probably the one that's like, hey, can I get you a drink? Hey, would you like a refill? Would you like something? Can I get you a blanket? Can I take your coat? It always comes out in you. That's how you know yourself. Another manifestation of South Node in Cancer could have been where instead of being that, that was the good part. The bad part about the South Node, because South Node is always where you went to the extreme, has to do with the idea of just as much as you were mothering, you're also smothering. You were too much. You were overwhelming with your, you were that mom that was like, you can never leave me. You have to stay with me. You have to take care of me. You could have been the mom that was, you don't know yourself unless you are nurturing somebody. Or unless you are being nurtured. You don't know yourself without people surrounding you. You don't know yourself on your own. So, smothering, being, I can't live without you. You can't leave. I know you're grown up. I know you want to go have your own family, but you can't leave me. I'm your mother. Emotional blackmail, that's there. We all know the syndrome, Munchausen syndrome, Munchausen by proxy, where the mother will keep their kids sick on purpose so that she can keep nurturing them. So she makes them better and then she gets them sick again. So she feeds them drugs, she nurtures them, she brings them soup, and she fulfills that role as a mother. But she doesn't see that, holy shit, what are you doing? This is not nurturing anymore. This is not motherly anymore. This is toxic. So toxic emotions, guilt, it's your duty. A lot of familial guilt will be there. You have lifetimes where there was a lot of, I'm thinking about nationalities where that idea of the motherhood is really strong, like Italian families, mother's always right, don't fuck with my mom, don't talk shit about my mom, that kind of idea. Jewish families where the idea of the mother, mother's always right, very matriarchal societies. So just as you are nurturing, you're also, in a sense, toxic to your kids because you never wanted to let them go and you're always involved in their life. You're always there with your fucking advice that nobody needs. You're always there meddling in their affairs, probably coming between your son and his wife, creating drama. You know, you love that family drama. You're comfortable with that. You don't know yourself without it. Another negative manifestation could be that you were, instead of being that mother that took charge and ran the household, you were maybe the one that never got to grow up. You were the one that was always a child. You were always the one that never took responsibility, the one that everybody always helped, the one that everybody always lifted up and took care of. And you never got to be in that role of a provider, of like taking charge. Whether you're a girl or a guy, you're always the one that was kind of like, I'm shy, I can't do it on my own. Can you please help me? So you are really codependent on others around you, you know. So you're always kind of like, can you come with me? Can you come hold my hand? Can you go with me to the doctor? Hey, I gotta go take care of some paperwork at the DMV. Can you come with me? You know, you always need somebody to go with you. So you did not learn to stand on your own 2 feet. With all of that said, if we move into the North Node in Capricorn in the first, you are being asked, you need to step up to the plate. Capricorn is structured. Capricorn is not emotional. Capricorn is never volatile in their emotions. Capricorn, you know, has a thick skin. Capricorn is solid, is practical, is hardworking. Like I said, it's one of the most hardworking signs in the zodiac. You know, it does not mind hard work. You need to step up. You need to step up in leadership positions. You need to step up in positions where you're taking care of yourself, because you took care of others in other lifetimes or they took care of you, but you never really stood on your own 2 feet and took care of yourself. You have to do that now. Capricorn North Node says and will do what he said. It's a very strong North Node because you're literally here to let go of those toxic ideas of family obligation, traditions, all that shit that keeps you in this obligation, duty, guilt, you know, Greek societies, everywhere where the mother is very strong. You know, those ideas, you got to get away from that. You got to be on your own 2 feet. You're here to stand on your own 2 feet. And you're going to have a lot of experiences in this lifetime where you will be left alone. You'll be left on your own. Your husband might leave you if you're a woman, or your parents might kick you out of the house, but you're here to stand on your own 2 feet. You're here to be solid. You're here to build a structure. You're here to build a career. Let's say you were always a housewife. You're here to work, guys, but don't be afraid of it because you're going to find your strength. You need to know your strength. And your strength, you can still nurture people, but you're going to do it from a leadership position. You're going to be, you know, solid. You're going to be that father figure. You know, you're going to find the masculine parts in you, bravery in you. You know, Capricorn is not afraid of responsibility. Capricorn walks into a room and says, everybody relax, I'm here. That's going to have to be you. Okay, so it could be a tough lifetime because when you go from a south node that has to do with emotions and you know, confusion and heaviness and drama, to go to a north node where it's literally no drama, self-sufficiency, self-reliance, it can be hard because you're so scared. What if I don't make it? What if I can make it on my own? Yes, you can. Okay, you're ready for it. You're ready to step into that role of CEO, a leader, director, whatever situation that calls for leadership and being on your own, you have to step into it because you'll find how fucking strong you are, and you'll blend beautifully your emotional sensitivity and your intuition with your practicality, and it's going to be a beautiful picture. Okay, all right guys, now let's dive into each house individually to see what more specifically what we're working with. Okay, don't go anywhere. North Node in Capricorn in the second house. This is my South Node. So, yeah. All right, guys. Before we dive into North Node in Capricorn in the second, let's talk about your South Node, Cancer in the 8th. This is what I'm learning to do. But you guys are done with it. So here's how it could be represented in your life. Lifetimes of... Anytime I talk about Cancer in the South Node, I'm going to talk about the idea of codependency. So in the 8th house, Cancer, huge codependency, huge reliance on others, always relying on others, always enmeshed with other people. The good part about Cancer in the 8th is that you were able to be there for people in the hardest moments. You were able to be there for people when they died, when they, no, yeah, when they lost somebody, when they had some kind of trauma, when they were, let's say overdosed on something and they needed somebody to hold them, to tell them, I got you. That was you. You guys are used to a lot of traumatic experiences where you nurtured people, where you were right there by the side, where you didn't judge them, where you really gave them love, lots of love, lots of nurturing, mothering energy. That's the good part of you, is that nothing scares you in the face of emotions. Nothing scares you in the face of human drama. You're very, very empathetic when it comes to really uncomfortable things. You gave us a lot of yourself. Now let's go to the bad part. The bad part is that you gave all of yourself for the sake of others. You completely lost yourself in those deep waters of other people's trauma, drama, and all that at your own expense. You gave yourself away. So there's either two scenarios. One, where you were the one that was carrying everything on your shoulders, the one that was always like, the one that everybody came to, some kind of therapist, somebody that just spends so much time listening to people's problems and empathizing with them that you literally just absorb all of their problems, all of their pain. You nurtured people in their hardest times. So you're somebody who just blended with everybody emotionally, physically, sexually. You probably gave yourself away in many experiences where you lost yourself, and maybe you just went to the deepest of the depths with somebody sexually. There was ideas of like, maybe you were trying to nurture them sexually. Let's say it was somebody who wasn't good for you. And by that, I mean somebody who wasn't helping you grow, somebody who was basically just dragging you to their level. And you, instead of cutting that tie and saying, I can't do this anymore, I'm freaking suffocating, you're like, no, I have to be with them. Kind of like Pisces South Nodes, I have to save them. I have to be here for them. And you gave a lot of yourself. You gave a lot of your resources. You shared everything. You gave the shirt off your back. You gave your body, your emotions, your time, your energy, your food. You gave them to others because you wanted to nurture them, because that's all you knew. And literally right now, you have situations like that where people are constantly tugging at your heart saying, can you please help me? Can you please? And you're probably like, fuck. And you feel like if you don't, you probably have a huge amount of guilt. Like, if I don't help them, then I'm a bad person. The Cancer can come with a lot of guilt, Cancer South Nodes, because you feel that your emotions is like, I have to do it. I have to do it. It's my it has to do with like family, partners, anybody who needed you, you were there for them. Second scenario, you were the one that was constantly not taking responsibility and helping others, but the one that was always tugging at everybody, please help me, please, I need to be saved. I can't do this on my own. Oh my God, like the drama queen, very emotional, completely lost in your own emotions, never have any idea what the hell's going on, always sensitive about something, always looking like pessimistic. Cancer South Nodes, how they say Cancer is moody. You guys could have been very pessimistic. You guys were the ones that were like, oh my God, he left me, I can't be without him. And suicides could have happened. You guys could have just checked out of this world and said, I can't be without my partner, I can't be without my family. You're so used to trauma and so lost in it, and just like, looking, and probably even now, you're always looking for situations where it's difficult and dramatic and heavy, and just, you love that environment. You give yourself life like that, where you're just like, I can't do it on my own. Somebody please help me. Somebody please give me money. Somebody please take care of me, because I can't do it on my own. I'm just so scared and stuff. That little child idea. Because with Cancer South Nodes, there's going to be two roles: the mother, the one that nurtured everybody, or the little child that was the one that was like, somebody please help me, please, like, take care of me. Whether you're a man or a woman. What else could be in the South Node in the 8th? I'm thinking about, because Cancer South Nodes could also deal with food disorders. Bulimia, anorexia. Cancer is nurturing. Cancer is food. So maybe there was overeating, or maybe there was undereating. Maybe you were nurturing yourself through that, because 8th house can be addictions also. So maybe you were overeating because maybe you didn't have, your mom wasn't there to love you. So you resorted to that to make yourself feel good. You got to remember that, on earth, all kinds of things are possible. It's not wrong. It's experience. It's a beautiful experience. No matter what disorder it is, no matter what addiction it is, it's an experience. So there might have been eating disorders where you did not get the love that you wanted, or maybe the love that you got was never enough for you. That's what I'm thinking. With Cancer in the 8th, you always felt like, you know, you had everybody around you doing everything for you, but you still felt like, no, I want more, I want more. So maybe you were overate, or maybe sometimes, you know, you punished yourself and underate. You know, eating disorders could be here big time. All right, enough about South Node. Let's go to the North Node. North Node in Capricorn in the 2nd. Self-reliance, guys. Self-reliance, self-dependency, depending on your own resources, getting your own job, not depending on anybody. Making up your own ideas, making up your own mind, you know, being your own father figure, not looking for others to save you, not looking for others to give you their money, not looking for others to support you. That's for the kid, you know, the scenario of the child, the one that never grew up. You guys need to learn self-reliance. You guys need to learn to provide for yourself on all levels. You know, get a job. Doesn't have to be something that you hate. It can be something you love, you know. Make your own money. Make your own resources. If you're sad, find a way to pick yourself up on your own. Don't rely on others to do that. If you are angry, you know, don't right away find somebody to lash out at. Deal with your emotions. You have to overpower your emotions. Cancer South Node, very cray-cray emotional ideas. You know, you got lost in your emotions. Capricorn in the 2nd, master your emotions. Get a hold of them, rein them in, you know, don't react so much. Don't go from very, very happy to very, very sad, you know. What else? 2nd house is worth, your self-worth. Find your self-worth through your own efforts. Efforts is going to be big for you. You're here to work. Once again, Capricorn North Nodes cannot be lazy, cannot be comfortable. You're here to step up, to take charge. You're here to become your own CEO of your life more than anything. When you take a charge of your life, get away from scenario number 2 is where you are the one that was always mothering everybody and everybody's always relying on you and stuff. You got to cut all those people out of your life. If you have people, especially family members, that are constantly like, you don't call me anymore, what happened? You don't love me, but I'm your mommy, you know. With Cancer South Nodes, the theme of blood is thicker than water is going to be very active because you guys live off of that. The idea that I owe them, they're my family. So in your case, the one that was always taking care of others, in the 2nd with Capricorn, you got to cut all that out. You got to get away from those families that are all kinds of needs. You'd be like, guys, figure it out on your own. Get a therapist. I don't know, call somebody. I'm done. You got to walk away and know that you're going to be okay. Cancer South Nodes are always afraid that if they're on their own, they won't make it. And I promise you, you will make it. You will find that self-sufficiency and you will blossom. You will be this badass CEO of your life. You will take charge of your money, of your values, what you find valuable, what you want to do. You got to find out what you want to do, how you want to do it. And like I said, just cut, walk away from toxic emotional manipulations, emotional games, push, pull, all of that stuff that's heavy and murky. Get away from it. Let the guilt eat you alive. Sit there and cry, but say, you know what? I'm here for myself. I'm here to live my life the way I want it and become independent. You're here to stand on your own 2 feet. You can do it. All right, guys? You can do it. I love you.